Costco opens at 9 a.m. By 3 p.m., it's a concrete tomb. Pallets gone, shelves gutted, forklifts idle. You have 6 hours, maybe less. Every year, roughly 1,800 boil water advisories hit communities from Newfoundland to the Yukon. When the first lockdown announcements dropped in 2020, Costco Canada logged a sales spike exceeding 300% on essential goods within hours. Not days, hours. A family of 4 burns through 12 liters of water per day just for drinking and basic hygiene. Miss the window, and you're boiling ditch water by day 3. What follows are 9 specific items ranked by strategic value that vanish from Costco before dinner. This isn't a grocery list. It's a barter portfolio, a survival pharmacy, and a thermal engineering kit disguised as one cartload. Everyone else will be fighting over bread. You'll be building a parallel economy from aisle 7. Item 9. Kirkland 40-pack bottled water. You already know water matters, you don't know the math. 12 liters per day for a family of 4 covers drinking and minimal hygiene. That 40-pack gets you just under 18 liters. That's roughly a day and a half, so you're not grabbing one, you're grabbing 4. Most people grab a single case and feel prepared. They're not. They're roughly 72 hours from dehydration. Public Safety Canada recommends a minimum 72-hour supply per household. 4 cases barely covers that for a family. And that's before you account for cooking, wound cleaning, or a January, where your pipes freeze and burst at minus 30 Celsius. Water isn't item 9 because it's obvious. It's item 9 because the math is brutal. Item 8. Kirkland 30-roll toilet paper. You watched it vanish in 2020. You laughed at the hoarders, but here's what you missed. Those hoarders had leverage. When every shelf was stripped, a single roll became a negotiation tool. Costco Canada moved through entire warehouse allocations in hours once the announcements hit. People mock toilet paper panic. People also showed up 3 days late and had nothing to trade. Dignity is a commodity. Price it accordingly. Item 7. 8 to 10 kilogram bags of rice. Jasmine or basmati, it doesn't matter. What matters is the calorie economics. A single 10-kilogram bag holds roughly 20,000 calories. That sustains one adult for over 2 weeks on survival rations. The cost is under $20. Compare that to canned goods. Heavier per calorie, bulkier per serving. 3 to 5 times the cost per calorie-dollar ratio. Most people load their cart with cans and run out of space before they run out of hunger. You're buying density. You're buying time. 1 bag, 20,000 calories, under $20. Item 6. Canned sockeye salmon and tuna multi-packs. Protein is what keeps muscle on your frame, and muscle is what keeps you hauling water, splitting firewood, and staying functional when everything around you has collapsed. Kirkland canned sockeye salmon is one of the few affordable complete protein options that's shelf-stable for 3 to 5 years. Freeze-dried protein alternatives run 5 to 10 times the cost per gram. A multi-pack of canned salmon or tuna gives you weeks of protein security for under $40. You're not stocking a pantry. You're ensuring your body's ability to perform. Protein keeps muscle. Muscle keeps you moving. Item 5. This is where the list changes. Kirkland heavy-duty aluminum foil. Most people see kitchen wrap. During the 1998 Eastern Canada ice storm, over 4 million people lost power, some for up to 5 weeks. Temperatures dropped well below minus 20 Celsius across Quebec and Eastern Ontario. Emergency responders documented survivors using foil as improvised solar reflectors for signaling rescue. They wrapped exposed pipes to slow freezing. They lined windows to retain radiant heat inside shelters. Here's the physics. Aluminum reflects roughly 95% of radiant thermal energy. That means a sheet of foil behind a wood stove or candle clusters bounces almost all the heat back into your living space instead of letting it bleed through the wall. You can shape it into a crude solar cooker. You can wrap it around your torso under a jacket as an emergency heat retention layer. You can use it to waterproof a makeshift shelter seam. You can fashion a signal mirror visible for kilometers. 5 emergency applications. One roll under $10. Every other item on this list feeds you or hydrates you. This one engineers your environment. $10. 95% thermal reflectivity. That's not foil, that's field engineering. Cart is capital. Item 4. Cases of vodka and whiskey. You're not buying liquor, you're minting money. During the siege of Sarajevo from 1992 to 1995, alcohol ranked among the top 5 most traded commodities in the besieged city. Exchange rates hit 10 to 20 times pre-conflict value. Costco bulk pricing means you're acquiring a parallel currency at wholesale cost. But it doesn't stop at barter. Vodka above 40% alcohol functions as wound disinfectant when nothing else is available. In a minus 40 Celsius prairie winter, it serves as fuel line antifreeze. One commodity, 3 functions: barter currency, field antiseptic, mechanical tool. Most people will judge you for loading liquor into your cart during a crisis. Those same people will be knocking on your door a week later, offering to trade whatever they have left for a single bottle. Cart is capital. Item 3. Bulk bags of all-purpose flour and sugar. In November 2021, atmospheric river flooding severed every major highway into Vancouver. The lower mainland was physically cut off from supply chains. Flour and sugar vanished from shelves within hours. Not because people were baking for fun. Because when commercial bread logistics collapse, the only bread that exists is the bread you make yourself. A 10-kilogram bag of flour and a 4-kilogram bag of sugar, combined with water and a heat source, give you the foundation for bread, bannock, dumplings, and basic preserves. The cost is under $15 combined. The replacement value when trucks aren't running is incalculable. No roads, no bread trucks. Know how to bake. Item 2. Bulk disposable lighters. A 50-pack of BIC lighters at Costco runs you roughly $20. Here's where the arbitrage gets interesting. In documented post-disaster economies, individual lighters have exchanged at $5 to $10 equivalent per unit. Reliable ignition is irreplaceable when the grid dies and matches get wet. Matches are moisture vulnerable, single-use, and offer zero wind resistance. A BIC lighter works in rain, works in wind, and fits in a pocket. One pack of 50, $20 in, potentially $250 or more in trade value out. That's not shopping, that's arbitrage. You're converting $20 of retail product into a distributed microcurrency. Each lighter is a self-contained negotiation chip. Cart is capital. Item 1. Kirkland liquid bleach, 2-pack, 3.78-liter jugs. This is the item most people would never put in a survival cart. And it's the most valuable thing in yours. Health Canada guidelines specify approximately 8 drops of 6% sodium hypochlorite per gallon to sterilize suspect water. A single 2-pack can purify thousands of liters. Commercial water purification systems cost over $100. This costs us under $10. Same chemistry, same result. When the boil water advisory hits your municipality, and you can't boil because you have no power and no gas, you have 2 options. You have bleach, or you have contaminated water. There's no third option. $10 replaces a $100 filter. Chemistry doesn't care about branding. Here's what you just built. 1 cart, under $300. You now hold hydration, nutrition, thermal engineering, barter currency, protein reserves, caloric density, supply chain insurance, distributed microcurrency, and a water purification system. 9 items, 6 functions, 1 trip. Most people will spend $300 on canned soup and bottled water and run out in a week. You've built a system that sustains, trades, and adapts. You're not a panic buyer. You're a logistics operator who happens to use a shopping cart. One thing this list doesn't include is medical supplies, communications equipment, or shelter hardware. No single cart covers everything. This covers the 6-hour window, the items that vanish first, the leverage that disappears while most people are still arguing over bread. Knowledge is the cart before the cart. You either load it now or you stand in an empty aisle wondering what happened. What's your 10th item? Drop it below, but it has to fit the rule. Barter value or multifunction. One or the other, no exceptions.